Hey, greetings everyone, and welcome to Grumpy Glen'S Triple R album reviews. It's a new series I'm starting. Grumpy Glenn. I'm gonna pick an album, classic album, well-regarded album that people consider probably the best albums of all time, and I'm going to review them. I'm gonna rate them, and everything in the world has a little sky. Even I'm not perfect. Everything's got something what you can dig at, and I'm going to do it. And in honor of this series, I took some video editing lessons and came up with these really cool graphics. So there's three parts to this. There's the review, the rating. I'm going to rate the album, and then I'm going to rant about the album. So, without further ado, Abbey Road. You ready for the graphic? The review. Abbey Road. Released September 26, 1969. Here's my Abbey Road story. 16 years old at the time. You know, those days, it was very hard to get notices of albums when they were coming out and stuff like that. Somewhere in the world, maybe someone knew this crap, but I certainly couldn't figure it out. And I was a pretty avid music guy. Beatles were number one in my book back then. I remember one weeknight, bored, sitting at home. Decided I'd walk over to the mall and check out the Simpsons department store. 10-minute walk from my house. And they had a record department. I'd go over and cruise Simpsons. Something to do. Look at records. I go there, and they had a rack with the albums that they're featuring. What do I see? This cover. I go, and holy shit! A new Beatles record. Pick it up. It's like $3.99 or whatever it was back then. I drop it back down. I run home. I did the 10-minute walk in about 30 seconds. I go downstairs to my dad. He's watching TV, and I go, Dad, please, I beg you. Can I have $5 so I can buy the new Beatles album? Please, please, please. My dad was a freaking great dude. He gave me the money. Run back. It might take me 45 seconds to get back because I was a little tired from the run home. And I grab this and I come home and I put it on my record player and hear, dun, 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 here come old Flat Top. Oh, heaven. I'll never forget that day, ever. Come Together. Great opening track. Now, John, a little thieving from Chuck Berry, I believe, and had to pay the price at some point for that. But still, great track. What some may consider George's masterpiece, Something. Great bass playing by Paul in that song. Maxwell's Silver Hammer. We'll talk about that later. Oh, Darlin'. Kind of an old rock and roll type thing. Oh, darling. I like it. Octopus's Garden. It's Ringo. We're going to talk about that later, too. I Want You, She's So Heavy. Inside One. That ding, 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 ding. And then it just keeps building and building and building, and then bang, it's gone. Then you turn over side two, and you get Little Darling. I mean, just the sequencing is genius on this album. Here Comes the Sun. Side two is regarded, and I agree, probably the greatest side of music ever on LP. I can't think of an album that has, I'm just, the sequence of the songs, the emotion, the just everything just flows together so perfectly. All the songs are strong. It's just great. And the ending with, and then she came in through the bathroom window, and then Golden Slumbers carry that weight in the end. What a way to end. What a way to end a recording career. I mean, just talk about going out on top. Unbelievable. So good. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. The rating. Oh, man. So a lot of people think this is the Beatles' greatest album. And some people, it's their favorite album of all time. A lot of people. I Sgt. Pepper is my favorite Beatles album. I think Help might be my second favorite Beatles album as the years go by. I think I like Help. I would say Abbey Road's like 3 or 4, maybe behind Revolver. Either ahead of Revolver or in front of Revolver, but absolute great album. Now, I can't give it a 10 out of 10. I'll get into that in a minute. But also the cover has become so iconic. I've walked that crosswalk along with tens of millions of others. So, pretty cool. I gotta go 9 out of 10. And there's 2 reasons it's not 10 out of 10. I might even go 8.75 or somewhere around there. Fantastic album. Okay. More graphics. The Rant. The Rant. The Rant. The Rant. Okay, what's wrong with this fucking album? Well, first of all, everything's fine. Come Together's great. Something is fantastic song. Maxwell's Silverhammer. Let's just go there. I mean, this is a wimpy fucking Paul song that really is just like, and this is what broke up the Beatles. I'm sure it's not Yoko, it's Maxwell's Silverhammer. He made them practice it 400 frickin' times. Can you imagine just sitting there having to play Maxwell's Silverhammer 100 times to satisfy Paul? Then they did 18 track cuts of it, I believe. There's 18 tracks. They're different versions of it recorded in the studio before they found the perfect one. Perfect one. I mean, just a stupid, stupid song. And George, who'd come into his own as a songwriter, something could arguably be one of the greatest Beatles songs of all time. Here Comes the Sun. George maybe could have had a third song on this album. Anything would have been better than Paul that. I mean, something had to be better. Something. Oh, Darling, I like. Then we go to Octopus's Garden. I mean, another Ringo. Like, okay, when the Beatles first started, they put a Ringo song on every album. You know why? Not because they thought those Ringo songs were worthy of being on the album. For some reason, Ringo was like the mutt of the band. The fans loved Ringo. He was the most popular Beatle. The toys that they made in those days, his outsold all the others. He got the most fan mail. He was like, people just loved Ringo. It's like, I think it's like loving an old ugly mutt. I really do back in those days. Now, Ringo looks cool when he's in his 80s now. I think he's really, it's the coolest Ringo's ever looked is in the last 5 years. But anyway, by the time this was coming on, there was no reason to keep putting crappy Ringo songs on. Octopus, I'd like to be. And then Ringo recently said, oh, I can play piano if I play in the key of C. Let me give you a hint, Ringo, and I'm just a dumb banjo picker. But you know when you're on your keyboard and you're playing the key of C, if you move 2 notes down, you're in play pretty much the same thing. Maybe you might have to change 1 note. You're playing a D. And if you move down 2 more, you're playing an E, and 1 more and an F, and 2 more a G, and then 2 more an A, 2 more a B, and then 1 more you're back to C again. That whole octave, Ringo, it's really hard. Unfucking believable how they ruined a fucking perfect album. Jesus Christ. Fucking Ringo. Anyway, that's it for my rant. I hope you enjoyed this. This was fun. I don't know what I'm gonna pick on next, but I'm gonna enjoy it. Hope you had a laugh. Take care.